Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda
Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasudrisham Tattvamasyadiraksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nityanandam, all of you, after this beautiful darshan, though it was a real telecast of previous darshan, but of course Swamiji gave elaborate description on the lifestyle of sannyas and invited all of us to live this lifestyle of sannyas, and Swamiji told to build the ecosystem around you, build the Kailasa wherever you are, and if you want to move to Kailasa, you are kindly welcome to move to Kailasa. Now we'll be entering into the power manifestation round, as today we are doing the power of third eye solutions. Whatever questions that you have, pen down and put that question in the third eye.
Yes, and now requesting all participants, let us get ready for the third eye solution. So let us first of all grab a pen and paper and let us pen down a problem or a solution that you want an answer to, that you want Swamiji to give you an answer or a solution to. So grab a pen and paper and write down the question that you have. So request participants, please go ahead, write down a question or a solution you would like an answer from Swamiji through the power of the third eye. So this is a question for yourself. So you'll be asking for a question for yourself. Make sure it's something that you care about. Make sure it's something that is important to you. So you don't say later, I should have picked something else. So requesting all participants, write down a question or a solution you would like an answer to. Also requesting, there are quite a few participants that have their cameras switched off, requesting you to please switch on your cameras and be available in the camera. So now that you've been infused with the super conscious energy of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, of Swamiji, you should be primed for third eye solutions, to find solutions to your own problems through the power of the third eye. So whatever the problem might be, the solution is right there in front of you, literally. So once you've written down the question or the solution you would like an answer to, just let us know by way of giving us a thumbs up. So let us know that you're ready. So requesting all participants. Yes, so we have still quite a few participants with the cameras turned off. So we have Wei Wen Mei, Ma Fu Fang Zhen, Rishi Razdan, Ma Liu Zai Kun, Wang Han Yu, and Zhu Yuan. So requesting everyone, please turn your cameras on, switch your cameras on, and please be available in the camera frame. All right. So once you've written down the question or the solution that you would like an answer to, let us now connect to Swamiji once again. So let us invoke Swamiji in our inner space, just in the area below the heart center. So the heart center is just in the middle of the chest area. And we're going to go to the inner space, our inner space, the Ananda Gandha region, which is just below the heart center, just where the solar plexus is. And we're going to invoke Swamiji in our solar plexus area, in our inner space, and feel Swamiji radiating his love, his compassion, his grace, and his superconscious energy throughout our entire inner space. Feel the warmth, feel the energy through. Now let us connect to Swamiji in our third eye, in between the eyebrows, in the eyebrow center. Let us start chanting the Mahavakya, the secret code that Swamiji has given us to connect to him. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Continue chanting the Mahavakya and just put the question in your third eye and request Swamiji to manifest through you, to show you the solution, to show you the answer to your question. Let us continue chanting the Mahavakya and let us manifest this power of third eye solution now.
Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda.
Now slowly, very slowly, you can open your eyes and remove your eye bands. And take a moment to share what solution was revealed to you through the third eye that you are looking for, the question that you had penned down. And also you can share in the Zoom chat and the YouTube chat. So take a moment to share the solution that you received for the question that you had asked from Swamiji, and putting your question on the third eye. So let us know the revelations.
Also requesting participants, please make sure you write it down as well. So earlier you penned down the question itself. Make sure you write down the answer as well that you received from Swamiji for your own reference later as well. So that way you can have a look later and take steps towards whatever the solution is that Swamiji has revealed to you. And of course, it is important that you have to take steps towards the solution that Swamiji has revealed to you. Otherwise, you will just be stuck with the same problem and not moving any further, even though the solution has already been provided to you.
Yes, Marichka says conquer fear. Great.
Yes, thank you very much for sharing, Ma.
And also from Marichka, there are many powerful cognitions that Swamiji gives on fear. So shift your cognition. That is very important. Shifting your cognition from fear to powerfulness. That is important. And there are kriyas as well to overcome the fear actually. of course, when you are living in the society, so much of in so many ways fear enters into our being. So it is really important to operate from the powerful cognition, and also Swamiji gives the solution in the form of meditation and kriya. Start applying that in your daily life. That will overcome your fear. Swamiji says fearlessness is uh, not the absence of fear, but having the courage to withstand the fear. So have the powerful cognitions from Swamiji, and we'll be sharing a few videos from Swamiji himself, where he gives the powerful cognitions on fear. So yeah, thank you for sharing, ma. Yes, ma. Ananda Guru says, my question is how to solve the problem of sleepiness. 3 eyes revealed to do yoga to cleanse the body and detox. Great. So yes, ma. Detox is actually one of the very important aspect of to reduce the problem of sleepiness. When your body is detoxed, automatically when your Swami says if your stomach is empty and clean, that is a direct way to enlightenment. And most of the time, it is due to the food that we eat, especially the solid food. Most of the time we feel sleepy, tired, bored, just because of this one thing. And especially if you detox in various ways, especially the panchakriyas, as Swami says, take haritaki in the night, take neem juice, castor oil, nostril cleansing, eyes cleansing, and intestine cleansing through enema. That's a very important aspect. And then of course bringing intensity in yoga. So these are important aspect, and we as we live in KAILASA, we know these detox is very important aspect to remove your sleepiness, whatever you feel, and the tiredness, boredom, just get away just because of this detox. So, and also try to reduce solid and take more liquids, and also drinking hot water also helps a lot. Yes, thank you ma. Okay, so now we'll be entering into the next session, which is going to be how love is the gateway to the higher consciousness. Now, as we know that we have reached a point of time in our life that we know that it is the consciousness which all of us are seeking. And yesterday we know it was on arogya, health. What every one of us is seeking is health in any ways. So love is the gateway to that higher consciousness and to be fully in health. And love gives a juice in life. Swami says there are two paths. One is dry path and one is love. But through love, you'll reach the higher consciousness and still enjoying the juice of life. So we'll be entering into the revelation by Swamiji on how the love is the gateway to the higher consciousness.
Yes, love in its purest form transcends the boundaries of the ego, and it connects us to the divine essence within ourselves and within others. It's not just an emotion, but it is a state of being that elevates our awareness to open the doors to our spiritual awakening. So love is the ultimate expression of oneness. When we genuinely love, genuinely love, we move beyond the limitations of the mind and the ego, and we enter into a space of selflessness and unconditional acceptance. This state of love naturally aligns us with the higher frequencies of consciousness, allowing us to experience interconnectedness of all life.
So when you operate from the space of love, you dissolve the barriers that separate you from others and from the divine itself. So this dissolution leads to an expression of consciousness, enabling you to perceive the truth of existence beyond the illusion of the material world. Now, practical experience of love without the expectation and conditions. Engage like how when you start applying love, how it is applicable directly in your life, day-to-day life. So it will start expressing, when you start expressing love without any expectations or conditions, engage in act of kindness, compassion, recognizing divinity in everyone. You can start meditating on feeling of love, allowing it to permeate your being and uplift your consciousness.
Yes, by embracing love as a gateway, we transform towards a higher consciousness. We transform into the higher consciousness where we experience the ultimate truth of oneness and divine bliss. So let us let love be our guide, and let Swamiji take us onto this journey. Yes. So let us hear from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So requesting all participants once again, please sit comfortably with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line.
So please come to the space of listening as we begin.
Here the sutra which Shiva says, look lovingly at some object. Do not go to another object. Here in the middle of the object, let the blessing happen to you. You see, you do not even have to choose a deity. You can choose anything with which you feel connected. If it is Coca-Cola bottle, okay. But the problem is, with Coca-Cola bottle you will have only lust, not love. When you see that bottle, you will think only what I can get out of it. Understand? Looking with love and looking with lust are two different things. When you see a beautiful man or woman, when you look, you only look what I can get out of that person. Then it is looking with lust, not with love. Love means what I can add to that person. What way I can be of some help to that person. If you decide or think of adding something, then it's looking with love. The moment you see and you start calculating what I can get out of that person, it is looking with lust. Understand? Looking with love, looking with lust, two different things. Here Mahadeva says, not only two different things, diametrically opposite. Diametrically opposite. Here Mahadeva says, look lovingly at some object. If you use the divine objects, it is lot more easy, because the possibility of lust is less. Possibility of love is more. From the young age you are taught to look with a love and respect. So it is easy to connect. It is easy to relate. Have any one deity or the photograph of the God or Guru. Try to look with a deep love without moving to the other object. Understand? That is the main. That is the basic thing. Do not move to the other object. The moment you start jumping to the other object, you are tired of this object. The love has disappeared. Understand? As long as love is there, that object is unique, not number. Not number. For example, if you are just a worker, maybe a clerk or a attendant, just a clerk in the office, if you die, nothing will stop. Somebody else will come, replace you. The job will continue, life will continue. You are just an utility, number, figure, that's all. But if somebody is in love with that same clerk, if the clerk dies, that person will never be again the same. Wherever you are just a number, even if you die, that mechanism will not suffer. Wherever you are in love with some object or person or somebody is in love with you, you become unique. Naturally, your death cannot be replaced. That person will miss you. That person's life will never be the same again. Love makes things unique. Love makes things unique. The other day, we were having an energizing ceremony here in the temple. All the Swamis, all of us are sitting and before preparing for the ceremony. One disciple, she asked me, Swamiji, every day you are seeing us, all our mistakes, confusions, are you not bored by us? It was a very honest question. Because they know sometime I tell them, do some new mistake, I will be entertained. Not the same mistakes. Because even to commit new mistakes, you need intelligence. She was asking that, don't you feel bored? I told, just because of my very love, I feel everybody is unique. Understand, I do not look upon the devotees or disciples as number. It is unique. That is why with so much of patience, I continue to work with everybody. If it is just a number, forget about it. Next person will do the work. Over. Devotees or disciples are not number for me. Because of my love for them, they are unique. Everybody is unique. Of course, I never miss anybody. Just because of complete fulfillment. But otherwise, everybody adds something. Everybody is welcomed, is expected, is needed, is wanted, is required to be here. Every individual is unique. Same way, when you are in love with the Master, he is needed, he is unique. When that love is not there, one more Swami, we can go to the other Ananda. What is there? If you just type only Nityananda, at least 200,000 websites are opening. Just Nityananda. If you type Swami Nityananda, I don't know how many million websites will open. And if he is not, then some other Swami, that's all. If you are a number, you can be replaced. If the love, element of love comes to play between you and the other person, you are no more a number. You are unique being, irreplaceable, unique being. Love adds life even to the person. With love, the person is a spirit, life. Without love, the person is reduced to a thing, utility. Without love, when you look at somebody, a beautiful man or woman, and planning for what I can get out of that person, you are reducing him to a thing, not as a being, as a spirit. Only when you look at that person with a love, he is a spirit, he is a living being. When that love is not there, he is a thing. That is why, whenever people look at you with a lustful eyes, you feel repulsive. It looks ugly. You just cover yourself. You just hide yourself. You want to move out of that place. Whenever somebody looks at you with a deep love, you just feel like being around that person continuously. Even if you get only one glimpse, one eye contact with him, you will be waiting for it. You will be just waiting for that one contact, just waiting for that one glimpse, one look. It's a love which adds value to the uniqueness. Another one incident, at least with that Krishna incident which I said, it was a deity. It was a carved Krishna Murti. That is okay. There is another one small incident happened. I was traveling, I don't know which place, maybe around the area of Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra. There was one small tree, and under the tree the 3 bricks which is used for construction is kept with turmeric powder applied on it and some puja being done. Usually in the evening time when I rest, I'll search for some brick for the head to keep the head and lie down. I saw that area, nobody was there, just the 3 bricks were there. And I do not know that it was being worshipped by some villager as a deity. And I just picked up that brick and put it for my head and lie down. And really, in 10 minutes, one village guy, elderly person, is running towards me. His house was maybe 1 mile away. He ran towards me, and when he came near me, understood I am a sadhu. Because I was a sadhu, he did not beat me. He told, do you know, this is Shiva, I worship. He appeared in my dream and told that you are lying on him. Truth, really. Understand? So that's why I came here. And he brought a small pillow. That's another one beautiful thing. He brought a pillow. Lie down on this pillow and leave him there. Put that murti back. From 1 mile, he was lying down in his home. He says, I had a dream. Shiva told me that one sadhu is lying on me. Take the... And he brought the pillow and told me to put the brick that side. We don't know who all are having connection to what all. Just this deep love for that ordinary brick which is used for construction can create a telepathy power in him. Understand? I read an article. American Army is trying to develop telepathy power to use during the war times. They are doing some research and development to use this telepathy, sending message through the mind. Understand? Ordinary villager, just his love for a brick. Of course, I'm afraid to use the word brick again now. He may get a... I don't think he is dead. Only that elderly lady was dead. I don't think he is dead because I never tried to trace him also. Anyhow, just simple love to the ordinary looking brick can create such a deep telepathy connection between him and Mahadeva. Then understand, between him and Shiva, this ordinary brick is acting like a cell phone. You can't imagine the way in which that guy ran towards me and the way in which he was shouting at me. Just because I am a sadhu, he left me. Otherwise, I would have had the puja. The puja from him. Just I want all of you to understand the power of love. The power of simple love. It was a simple love. And actually during British time, all the milestones in the Indian highway used to be yellow painted. There was a big problem because from next day all the local villagers started worshipping all the milestones. No, really. Then they changed the color and changed it to green paint. Because for Indian villages nothing is needed. Just a clear some shape is enough. Everything is God for us. Everything is God for us. Let me describe this incident that may throw a deeper light for you. It was a very intimate discussion between me and one of my enlightened disciples. Maybe, if you are new, you should know, few of my disciples had the fortune and had the enlightenment experience. Not only had, of course, enlightenment once happens, it stays with you. He was asking me, Swamiji, after this experience, whatever books I read, many points I can say are my experience, but many points are not my experience. How can I understand whether I am fully enlightened or not? Or how is that points? Are they right or wrong? There is a very beautiful incident in Ramana Maharshi's life. I quoted and gave him the answer. Understand, this one incident can completely open up and give you a new click or new glimpse towards the truth. Ramana Maharshi says in his teaching, when in his conversation, I never read any spiritual literature or the literature related to spiritual knowledge except one or two books before enlightenment. He says, I achieved the Brahmajnana without knowing the word Brahman. And after I achieved the experience, when I was going through the books, I was able to clearly experience whatever is written is my personal experience. This was the discussion he was doing. Later on, some disciple asked him, Bhagavan, how can every word written in that book can be your personal experience? He was bringing up some point in that book. It is written like that, some traditional book. Enlightened masters can do all this. But in your experience, you are not doing all that. Some materialization or miracles. Bhagavan says, when I say all those things are part of my experience, my inner space is so vast, I can see very clearly, including materialization, everything can happen. It is not necessary that I should do it and show. But in my inner space, I can see very clearly it can happen. Understand? If you have the clear confidence and feeling, yes, I can see the divine. It can happen in me. I have such enough inner space and love. Be very clear. Already you passed that state. You passed that much. You can now start the next level. You can now start the next things. You don't need to sit there and prove. Sitting there and proving is only needed as long as you have doubt. You have doubt. Bhagavan says very beautifully, I am very clear the materialization can happen inside my inner space. I can very clearly do. That is the reason. I don't have to prove myself or to prove to others that I can do. I asked him, do you have that clarity? He said, yes. I do. I am very clear. I can do it. Only thing I do not, the feeling is not coming up strongly from the navel center. That any thought has to come from the navel center, only then you will be able to execute. That is not happening. But the possibility is there inside the body. I can feel very clearly. My nerves are saying it is possible in me. See, your nerves will never tell lie to you. Your mind will tell lie to you, but never your body. Your nervous system will never tell a lie to you. Your nervous system can never tell false things to you. He said, I am very clear. I can do that. Then that's all. You do not have to prove. Understand, when you have this love, your inner space will become such, there are many things you will not ask to be proved. You will not asking for the clear logical reason. Suddenly you will just feel connected. That's all. People who cannot experience, understand the space of being in love with the Master cannot understand the truth. That's why I always tell, we are not cult, we are a culture. Understand, there is a big difference between these two. There is a big difference between these two. When you are in deeply love, you will see the uniqueness of the truth, and everything will become alive, reality to you. And you will see every step you take in your life feels ecstatic, feels joyful. I cannot imagine from 1 mile somebody running with a pillow saying that you are sleeping on my God. Understand the strong telepathy connection with an ordinary brick. I am sure nobody saw and called him in cell phone, because those days there was no cell phone in the villages. And surely nobody can see and go and tell him. And if somebody went and told him, he would have only brought the stick, not the pillow. But he brought the pillow. He says, Shiva told me, you are lying on him, you have the pillow and leave him, put him there, back in his place. Love can create such a deep connection, and it can open up many dimensions in you. It can awaken many possibilities in you. So understand this technique. You can try. Even in this next gap, you will have a small break. Every day we will see 2 sutras. 2 sutra and a small break. We will have. Even this small break, try to go and sit in front of any one deity which you really love, or any other object which you really feel loving. Sit in front of it. Look very deeply, lovingly. Just become look. Let your consciousness be completely centered on your eyes. Let your hand, leg, body, everything lose its very existence. Let you forget about all those things. Let everything disappear. Let you just become eyes. Look deeply, with a deep love for few minutes without jumping into the other object. If you jump to other object, come back. Get back. And just sit with a deep love, completely in a relaxed way. You will see a very deep silence, very deep bliss, very deep blessing starts coming out of your system. You need to understand one more thing. All techniques can lead only to peace. When the peace settles inside your system, bliss will explode. Do not expect the bliss which is being expressed or shown in my body language. Meditation will lead you only to peace. And when the peace settles inside your system, when your nerves are cleaned, when your nervous system is cleaned by the peace, the settling peace, the bliss will explode. You will start expressing the bliss which is expressed in the Master's body language. Try this meditation technique with any one deity, with a deep love and silence. Let the blessing happen to you. Let the blessing happen to everyone. Let me read the sutra. O beloved, put attention neither on pleasure nor on pain, but between this, let you achieve the truth. This is the one more sutra. Does not need to be practiced at particular time. These are Nitya Sutras. Means this should mix inside you as a juice. These should be like understanding. It has to be internalized inside you. It should become part of you. And it should become eternal practice in you. Nitya Sutras. I can classify the Shiva Sutras into 3 categories. Nitya Sutras. Once you understand and internalize, then that is enough. Every day it will start practicing itself. Nothing else is required. The second, Dhyana Sutras. You need to understand and practice at a special particular time in your life. Third, Ananda Sutras. Just very understanding, you are liberated. Just very click, you will feel that openness. You are free. This sutra is Nitya Sutra. Just you need to understand, internalize, then it will naturally become part of you. Your very being will start expressing itself. This same understanding. Put attention neither on pleasure or on pain, but between these. Continuously, either you expect pain or pleasure in the next coming moment. You constantly think, what next? And immediately, if I do that, what am I going to get? Whether it is going to bring pleasure or going to bring pain. What is it going to bring? What is it going to do? How am I going to handle it? Either you visualize pain or you visualize pleasure. Mahadeva says, do not visualize pleasure or pain, just be. Again, one more technique to throw you back to the center. Throw you back to the present moment. Actually, to tell you honestly, all 112 technique can be expressed in one word, be unclutched. But we are not so intelligent to listen one word from one master once and then be unclutched. So I have to add the same thing, be unclutched, be unclutchedly unclutched. And unclutching is the ultimate unclutching. The clutching is not the useful thing. These are the 112 sutras, that's all. That is the truth, nothing else. I have to use so many words to remind you constantly, that's all. Actually, it is like driving the teaching into your head. Exactly the same thing which I was speaking yesterday. Balancing between rajas and tamas. That same thing Mahadeva is expressing in a different way, in a different expression. Do not put your attention on pain or pleasure. See, yesterday what the technique which I was talking is, if you can catch the glimpse of that, how your body feels when you are having rajas. If you catch the glimpse, how you feel agitated during rajas, then that technique is for you. If you are not able to catch, there are some people, even if you sit 10 times in roller coaster, you will not be able to catch how the rajas is activated in your system. They will be so dull in the self-diagnosing methods. Even if they say they have stomach pain, it means they have a headache. Now, sometime in Ayurvedic system, doctors will not believe what you say. They will directly diagnose. Just like how the animals are treated. They will directly diagnose. Because you lost connection with the nature. You lost touch with the nature. You lost touch with your own body. So if you are not able to find out the imbalance of rajas or tamas, here, at least you can find out based on your mental emotion. I think that will be a lot more easy. Finding out whether you are caught in the pain visualizations or pleasure visualizations. You are continuously expecting next going to be pain or pleasure. Usually we expect only pain. We don't expect pleasure. Very rarely we may expect the pleasure. Mahadeva says, put your attention between this, means in this moment. You need to understand one important thing. Actually, when you are in this moment, you will have only experiencing. There will not be any title attached to that experience as a pain or pleasure. You will be able to attach a title to that experience as pain or pleasure only when you compare with your past experiences. Means you already moved into past. If you are in this moment, you will have only one thing, a strong, intense experiencing. Like the whole cosmos moving. Because your chairs are stable, you forget this whole earth is moving. There is an intense activity happening in this moment, in the planet, in the whole cosmos. If you relax into the present moment, you will see your life is nothing but experiencing. Only when you slip into the past, you will call that as an experience of pain or pleasure. Even you addressing something as pain or pleasure is nothing but slipping into the past. Come back and just sit. You will see so much of experiencing is happening in your system. Every breath going inside and becoming part of your blood and becoming energy, prana, life force for the parts of your body is a huge experiencing. It is happening. It is constantly happening. I tell you, just come down to that experiencing. Means the life permeating you, life penetrating you, life flowing through you. You will see what you call as pain or pleasure is too small, petty, negligible. You'll suddenly see life is experiencing, not just experience. Put attention neither on pleasure nor on pain, but between these two, let you catch the truth. If you stop your mind moving towards pain or pleasure, it has to fall into bliss. No other way. There is no other space to go about. Suddenly you will see it falls into the peace and bliss. Nothing else needs to be done. Just for few moments, decide not to let the mind go to pain or to the pleasure, just to the center, just to the bliss. The moment you stop these two movements, automatically it will fall into bliss. Actually, one reason why the Shiva Sutra has not become so popular like other scriptures, because it gives too many wide variety of options and techniques. The branding was very difficult. Usually, If it is one particular thing and 10,000 people are talking about it, it will become very popular. Easy for selling, branding. But here, Mahadeva has not created this book for selling. He has expressed all the great truths he discovered through his research and development. Every experience, he has verbalized it and spelled it out. He just decided, in future, whoever wants to take up one line, one sutra, and create a tradition and philosophy, let them do. Here I am expressing the whole encyclopedia. This book is actually Encyclopedia of Enlightenment.
Yes, welcome back from those wonderful revelations by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on love. And Swamiji says beautifully that pain and pleasure are two sides of the same coin. But if we choose not to go either towards pleasure and not to go towards pain, then we land square in the middle, and that is where bliss is. That is where love is. So next we'll be moving on to a meditation technique.
Yes. So as Swami says, love is the gateway to the ultimate bliss. So love and merge. So meditation technique itself is going to be love and merge into the ultimate existence, ultimate bliss. So let's get ready as we listen directly from Bhagavan himself.
You have to do. Just listening, just reading is not going to work. You have to internalize it. You have to digest it. Because reading the menu card is not going to fulfill your hunger. Only eating is going to give you the fulfillment. Let us enter into the technique itself. Please close your eyes. Sit in a very relaxed way. Neither expect next moments, the future in your life is going to be pain, nor expect it is going to be pleasure. Just be in this moment. Any thought which happens in your mind will only be expectation about pain or pleasure. Relax from both the thoughts and just be in between. your mind slips into the thoughts which may create pleasure or pain, bring it back. Be responsible to remind yourself. Get back to the beginning. Be in the relaxed center.
back from that wonderful meditation by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on love. So let us now move on to the next segment, which is the concept of power of sensitivity. So we'll be hearing from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on power of sensitivity from the Shiva Sutras. The power of sensitivity refers to heightened awareness and receptivity to the subtle energies and truths of existence. Sensitivity is not about being fragile or vulnerable, but rather it is about being deeply attuned to the nuances of life and the cosmos itself.
So, power of sensitivity is reflected in so many ways: awareness, receptivity, empathy, and connection. Awareness itself involves cultivating a profound awareness that allows us to perceive beyond the superficial layer of reality. This sensitivity allows you to connect to the presence of the divine in everything. And receptivity. By being sensitive, you become more receptive to higher truths and the spiritual insight. And this receptivity opens up the pathway to deeper understanding and enlightenment. Empathy and connection. Sensitivity enhances our ability to empathy with others, fostering a sense of unity and compassion. It allows you to experience oneness with all being. So let's directly hear from Bhagavan himself. So come to the space of listening and let's begin.
That 4-5 moment, you will be able to change things in the dream. Understand? Same way, when you are trying to wake up from this state to enlightenment, slowly, understand? Whenever a seer becomes strong, he can handle the scene. He can change things in scene. If a seer is too strong, he cannot change, he will wake up. That is what happens in the dream. In the dream, when slowly seer is becoming aware of the scene, he can change few things. By the time he changes, the awareness increases. He will wake up. Same way only in this world. When a seer starts getting strong by seeking, whenever you start seeking enlightenment, slowly the seer is becoming strong. When a seer becomes strong, you will have now ability to change the scene. That is what I call Ashtama Siddhis. Ashtama Siddhis, different miracle powers expressed by Patanjali, starts expressing out of you. Because the seer has become strong, it is easy to play with the scene. But by the time you do few miracles, the attention towards the seer, if it gets strong, see, miracles can be performed if it gives you the clarity that this is nothing. Two things. your dreams can be made to reality if it leads to the clarity that reality itself is a one more dream, not otherwise. Your dreams can be made to reality if it leads you to the experience the reality is nothing but one more dream. Then it is worthy of making into reality. If you are making your dreams into reality and caught in that so-called reality, then they are not worthy of becoming real. Whenever the seer becomes strong and you are able to move the things which you are seeing, that's what I call siddhis, miracle powers. Some rare fortunate souls, that siddhis will lead them towards the center, means again to the seer. Then you will be completely awakened. You will stop changing, you will just get awakened. You will become enlightened. For some time, the attention will be diverted towards the scene and they will be continuously wasting and spending their time in changing the scenes, means doing miracles. If the attention is too much engrossed, involved in the scene, the connection with the seer comes down, means the intensity of the person is coming down, then the miracle powers will be lost. That's what happens. Understand? How the miracle powers come and goes. This is the science. When the intensity of the seer increases than the scene, the seer will have intelligence and ability to alter the scene as he wants. If he does not bother about those powers and continues to increase the intensity of the seer, he will become enlightened. If he does not increase the intensity and if his intention and the energy is turned towards the scene, he will be able to play the game for quite some time till too much of his attention goes to the scene. If too much of attention goes to the scene, naturally his intensity on the seer will come down and he will lose the power which he gained to play with the scene. Understand? The awareness of breath leads you to this very space. If you are aware of your breath in the waking state, you will become aware of your breath in the dream state also. If you can be aware of your breath in the dream state, you will be able to alter the dreams. If you are able to alter the dreams and still you continue to be aware of your breath, you will be able to alter things in the deep sleep state, sushupti. If you are able to handle your sushupti because of your breath awareness, now you will be able to handle the jakrat, the waking state. Means the intensity of the seer is increasing. This is the dangerous period where you need to really be guided by the enlightened being. Otherwise, the small powers will give so much of excitement. I have seen poor guys playing with small toys, small powers, and do not realize the amazing experience or the reality which is waiting. If you don't have the proper guidance, naturally you will be lost. You will be lost in those small magics, small miracles. Vivekananda is very careful about these siddhis, miracle powers, the ability to change the scene. Whenever he sees some disciple gets that power, first thing he will do is he will make them eat fish, because with fish your nerves will become so dull, you will lose the power. The power will be taken away. First thing he will tell them, hey, go and eat Ganga Phala. Means flower from Ganga. Fish is the flower from Ganga. And finish off. So that you will not be distracted towards the scene. you will be centered towards the seer. Understand? Intensity, feeling connected deeper and deeper with the seer is the essence. When you understand the futility, understand? When you understand the futility of all these three states and trying to change the scene in all these three states, your whole attention will fall on the seer. If you think there is some utility in all these three states, you will be engaged in it. If you realize the futility of all these three states, your whole attention will turn towards the center, the seer, and the awakening will happen. All Mahadeva means in the sutra, through the sutra, understand and turn towards the center. No technique. Understand? If you ask, how can I do? Please give us some technique. Then go for Nitya Sutras. There are so many Nitya Sutras. To give you the technique to turn your attention towards the center, let me describe. Nitya Sutra means which you need to understand, internalize, practice whole day. Dhyana Sutra means which you need to internalize, practice at particular point of your life, part of your life. Ananda Sutra means which you need to just internalize, no need to practice. Means these are the clicks given by Mahadeva to the intense seekers, to the real sincere seekers. Many people come and claim, I am real sincere seeker, give me experience. It's like not only that, they will literally demand, and sometimes they will complain also, I think you are not able to give, that's why you are giving all the reasons. I tell them, okay, anyhow. No. Anyhow, they have a right to tell, nothing wrong. The moment you sit in the throne, you open yourself to any question, you open yourself to anybody's comments. That's okay. But understand, now this is the way to check your sincerity, your intensity. If this understanding clicks in you, in the dream state, to wake you up, it does not take more than one click. This is a dream. That's all. You are awakened. Means you are really intense. During nightmare, a very wild dream, where you are really with your spouse. Just one thought, one click. This is a dream. You are awakened. You are out. Same way, if you are intense in this dream, one click, this sutra is enough. You will be out. You will be out. If you think, no, I need some more technique, then you are not really going through nightmare or intense dream. You are just having some casual flow of thoughts. Sometime, the dream state you will see without any clarity, some casual black and white shows will be going on around you. You will neither feel like watching it nor feel like coming out of it. If you are in that kind of dream, you are just wasting your time. You are just wasting your time. I have seen sometime in India, 30 years these guys will do the government job in same office and same house. These fellows are in that kind of dreams. Neither they will go down nor they will go up, wasting, buffaloes. Useless. Please do not be in that state. Understand? If you are in that state, then this click will not happen. It will not be a sharp, strong shift. Mahadeva is very confident. He says very clearly, any intense seeker who is waiting for that fire means the initiation from the master, understanding, a strong click, this one click is enough. He says, beloved, at this moment he is addressing Devi. That's why he is saying, beloved. Of course, all of us are embodiment of Devi. He is not just talking to Devi. Keeping Devi in the front, he is talking to all of us. Krishna did not talk just to Arjuna. Keeping Arjuna in the front, he is speaking to all of us. If he has spoken just to Arjuna, then why should we bother about him? Forget about it. It is some conversation between two friends, over. Keeping Arjuna in the front, he is talking to all of us. Here, Mahadeva is talking to all of us, keeping Devi in the front. He says, beloved, at this moment, let mind, knowing, breath, form be included. Understand? A very powerful word, included. Means only the seer who is seeing can include all these three. Only a person who is seeing this waking state, who is going through dream state, and who is going through the deep sleep state can include all these three. Now, your identity which you are experiencing during waking state, if you are a doctor, lawyer, engineer, whatever, your identity which you are experiencing in the waking state cannot include all the three. You can include only the waking state, because only this is your experience. Only if you are aware of the identities which you are carrying in all these three and enjoying, if you have caught the thread line, central line, a deeper thread of all these three, understand? Waking, dream and deep sleep. Only when you catch the thread of all these three, suddenly you will be able to include all the three. One important thing, people come and ask me, no, Swamiji, I don't think in the deep sleep I am aware. Then who is the person who comes back and says, it was deep? Of all these three states, all these three, if you are aware of the identity of all these three, you are conscious enough, your seeking is intense enough to be answered, to be initiated, to be blessed. If you are not already aware of all these three states, if you have not experienced all these three states with the same identity, then naturally you need to now intensify your seeking. An intense seeker will carry the identity about himself throughout all these three. If you have even experienced once or twice in the dream state, suddenly you are remembering you are something beyond the identity which you think as you in the dream state. I have seen the seekers going through this experience. In the dream state, they will be dreaming, but suddenly they will identify themselves with the identity of the waking state. Then they will think, this is too small thing, nothing. How many of you had that experience of waking state identity in the dream state? Understand? Then you have an intensity. Your seeking is intense. Then this sutra can straight away click with you. There are some more people who carry that same awareness even to the deep sleep, even to the swapna. For them, the very understanding of this three state, suddenly they will come back to the center to awaken themselves to the fourth state, to the Turiya. A small story. One day early morning, a Zen master started crying. The moment he came out of his bed, he started crying. Disciples asked, why are you crying? Master very beautifully says, yesterday night I dreamt that I became a butterfly. The disciples are asking, for that you don't have to cry. Now you are okay, you are sitting in front of us, why are you bothered? Why are you crying? He says very beautifully, I do not know whether I dreamt that I became butterfly or that butterfly is dreaming now it has become master. Understand, it is true. Very rare few individuals can carry the intensity to have a same unconnected, unclutched or undisturbed identity. If you can carry if you can carry a connected, a straight, undisturbed, unbroken identity throughout these three states, you are a seeker. The Pratyagatma Chaitanya, individual consciousness is awakened. The Pratyagatma Chaitanya Jakratam has happened. These are all some of the Sanskrit technical terms I always wanted to express or remember the Sanskrit words also, because I want all of you to know there are many non-portable things in the Vedic tradition. Understand? It means a person to experience the ultimate truth. If somebody says you don't have to have any lifestyle change, you can have it like a pill, then forget about him. People who are selling the portable knowledge without emphasizing the importance and sanctity of the non-portable part are not just using the Vedic tradition, they are abusing the Vedic tradition. That's the reason I wanted Sanskrit word also to be continuously put in record. Of course, just speaking in Sanskrit, you may not be able to connect or relate with it. That's why I am giving the English translation. But there are so many Sanskrit words which cannot be translated. If you have a chance, do not miss to study the original words and the original meaning, because whenever I give a meaning, I am only giving one dimension, one part of that word. When you translate the word brahmacharya into celibacy, it's only one dimension of that brahmacharya, not the whole brahmacharya. Exactly the technical translation of the word brahmacharya means living like God. Only one part is celibacy, means the freedom, independence. The whole word brahmacharya cannot be translated into word celibacy. Same way, so many words, Sanskrit words cannot be translated. If you can study a little bit, it can open new doors and open deeper and deeper understandings. Sanskrit is the language. She is the Veda Mata. She reveals our reality and truth based on your spiritual growth. If you evolve yourself to the next level, she will reveal the new meaning. The same line, you will see the new meaning. She is a living language created by living beings. Out of life she comes out. That is why she only increases the life in you. She only creates life in you. The language came out of the living beings and creating intense life. She is living energy, living language, not dead language. If it is a dead language, you can have only one meaning. At the most, two meaning, poetic and linguistic. Means when it is used in prose, one meaning, and when it is used in poem, another one meaning. That's all. But with Sanskrit, the more you evolve, the more truths will be revealed. The more details will be revealed. Pratyagatma Chaitanya Jakratam. The individual consciousness awakening means individual consciousness is the thread which is running through all these three states. Jakrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Knowing, breath and form. Form is this body, breath is the dream body, and knowing is the deep sleep state. Knowing without knower is a deep sleep, Sushupti. Breath without awareness is the dream state. Form without the person who is enjoying the form is waking state. form with the person who is enjoying the form. The person who is enjoying the form is formless. Because you are not this body, you are able to see this body. If you are this body, just this body, you cannot see this body. Anything you are able to see, it is not you. The form with formlessness, breath with awareness, knowing with knower is enlightenment. Knowing without knower, breath without awareness, form without formlessness is death. That is what is unconscious life. That is what, I don't even call that as life, waiting for death. There are so many people just waiting for death. It has not happened and does not have courage to quicken it or make it happen. That is not life. The life, the knowing without knower, breath without awareness, and form without formlessness is dragging, waiting for death, not life. Knowing with knower, breath with awareness, form with formlessness is enlightenment. Mahadeva says include all these three, means he is saying intensify your awareness, intensify your attention towards the awareness which is beyond these three. Then you will catch the thread which is running through all these three states. Understand? Again I am emphasizing, it is not Nitya Sutra which you need to practice whole day, not Dhyana Sutra which you need to practice part of your day. It is Ananda Sutra. Understand, just simple understanding is enough. Ananda Sutra means Shravana leads to Nididhyasana. Listening leads to expression. In Vedic tradition, three things are there: Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Shravana means internalizing, listening and internalizing. Manana means contemplating. Maybe some sutras you need to contemplate 24 hours whenever you remember you. Some sutras you may need to contemplate on particular time, like a morning half an hour or evening half an hour. That's what is called. If you need to contemplate 24 hours, it is called Nitya Sutra. If you need to contemplate on particular time, morning and evening, then it is called Dhyana Sutra. Understand? If you don't need to contemplate at all, straight away Shravana, listening and internalizing, leads to expression, Nididhyasana. It is called Ananda Sutra. Nididhyasana means expressing that reality in your life. Shravana, internalizing. Manana, meditating, contemplating. Nididhyasana, expressing the reality. This sutra does not need manana. Just Shravana, internalizing, straight away makes Nididhyasana, expression to happen. How to understand and internalize? Now, the essence, the knowing, your deep sleep state, breath, your dream state, the form, your waking state, all these three as a base, that is you. You are experiencing all these three. Turn your attention to that person who is experiencing all these three and include the moment you turn the attention intensely towards you who is experiencing. No technique can be given. There are so many techniques, who am I and all those things. Ramana Maharshi's techniques, so many. That and all is a Nitya Sutra. You can practice those techniques. But here Mahadeva says no technique is needed because this is Ananda Sutra. It is given to a person who is evolved, intense. If you are that intense, catch the glimpse. Means turn the attention towards you. You will see what Mahadeva says. The ultimate experience, the Shiva consciousness will happen this moment in you. If you feel you are not that intense, then take up the Dhyana Sutras to bring your awareness to the self. There are many Dhyana Sutra and Nitya Sutra. Mahadeva has spoken. Take up any one of them and intensify. So now the essence, mind, which is in front of you, through which you are seeing, knowing, which is behind you, which you are using to know further and further, breath, which is like a connecting mechanism, form, which is your base, include everything through the seer, you, who is beyond all these three. If you catch the click, if you had the click or initiation, yes, what he says is right. If you had the click, try including, try to be all inclusive. If you are not able to catch that click, contemplate. Then start the Nidhyasana, means go to Nitya Sutras. You will see the promise or the technique which Mahadeva is giving, or the experience which Mahadeva is promising will happen in you. At this moment, let mind, knowing, breath, form be included. Let you achieve this truth. Let's gather for next session. Thank you. Next session, we will have the next truth. I can say Mahadeva is taking us to the deeper level in the next sutra. We will see the next sutra in the next session. Thank you. A few of your questions, then we will enter into the next sutra. Your divine pure love has brought me back here today and receive your true yogic alchemy of understanding enlightenment. I wholeheartedly and soulfully would like to fully join your divine missions in every way. At this present time, please give me your divine guidance that I need to handle all the challenges and start with your divine work. You can ask the energization. I'll see individually, give you some idea or some words. Same person, some personal question, please ask in the energization. May I know who is the person? Lily Akpam. Okay, in the energization you can ask. At this time I am aware of my breath. Breathing is not disturbing the intense tingling. I do not want to come out of this state. It has been happening more often and is in the middle of the night too, and so many times seeing you with your Trishul helping me. That state, is it all my imagination? It cannot be imagination, relax. Imagination will lead to suffering, but here you are writing, Swamiji, I seem to start feeling the tingling feeling, growing intensity and deep smile on my face. Deep smile can never come by imagination. It can come only by experience. Imagination you will create only suffering because you are trained to produce suffering. You are trained to create suffering. If you are not creating suffering, you are not imagining. Did Shiva take birth on planet Earth? What was it before or after we were on Earth? Why do we forget who we are? Do we remember who we are when not in physical form, or this some expansion process? Wow. You are practically asking the whole business secret. Maybe you have to become partner to know so much. So invest your life, then we will share. We will see. Because you are practically asking the password for the bank locker. The problem is, Unless you have an account in that particular bank, even if I describe, you will not be able to understand. I'll say take right, go to the third locker, open the third locker and take the key and go to the left, and unless you have seen the bank, you will not even be able to use, even if I give answer. Means unless you have some intensity and commit your life to the spiritual life and practice, even if I give the answer, it will be useless. It will be useless. Actually, yesterday, after the discourse, some of the disciples came and asked me, the ashramites, Swamiji, if we could have had the picture of Arunachala temple, we would have understood more visually. But now, no need for understanding with the picture, because the description was so clear. What you understood is enough. And suddenly one devotee reminded me, Swamiji, then that same experience happened on January 1st night. Because 31st night, I entered the temple. One day I was lying there, means the crying and exhausting. That night, first time yesterday I realized, yes, January 1st. Again, January 1st night. Actually, I came to know even about the date because in the night time nobody will be allowed in the temple. Because it was a function date, they were cleaning. The preparation was, see, January 1st morning, the huge crowd will come. So the watchman, in India, security person and the worker will be both same. Security person only will clean. Now, it is the cleaning also is their responsibility. And these guys, they need people for holding the pipe or the hose pipe. So they will allow all the kids inside to hold the pipe, so that it's a huge place, not a small area. 27-acre granite built up area. 27-acre granite has to be cleaned with water. It's not a joke. So they will allow the kids to hold the pipe. We will have to be holding that pipe and continuously we have to walk. And it's not a small area. Don't think temple means seeing our temple. Forget about it. Only the murti is replica, but not the temple. It's like a... you have to do so many round even to clean once. So that is the way I was allowed. Now, after remembering all those points, suddenly yesterday we remembered, yes, again, January 1st night was the time when the experience landed. Anyhow, even this experience, when I verbalize, you are not able to catch unless you see that place. If you have seen that place, you will be able to catch more deeper. Same way, even if I give the password, the answer to all the questions, what you are asking, why we forget who we are and all those things, you will not be able to catch. Just understand only one thing. You are not expressing your potential possible truth. Things which can happen to you has not happened. Just remember that and start working towards it. All these questions will be answered as a byproduct or the side effect on the way. That is the best way to have the answers. Let's enter into the next sutra. Touching eyeballs as a feather, lightness between them opens into heart and there permeates the cosmos. This is the Dhyana Sutra. I can say, even in the Dhyana Sutra, very powerful technique. Dhyana Sutra for the person who has really grown in sensitivity, who is really sensitive. Understand? Unfortunately, the society does not want sensitive people. It wants laborers. It wants dry intellectuals. If you are a dry intellectual, you will be paid everywhere. Professors. It wants dry people, but it does not want you to retain sensitivity in your life, because sensitive people difficult to handle. They will be free. Understand? When I say sensitive, I want you to understand the meaning clearly, not weak. People think sensitive means being weak and being open to everything. No. Sensitive means being strong and being aware of everything, not being open to everything. Being open means something like anybody can invade you, anybody can bulldoze you. No, that is not sensitivity. Actually, if you are not sensitive, anybody can bulldoze you, because you will not be sensitive, somebody is bulldozing you. Only after they enter your bedroom, you will suddenly wake up and say, oh, I think they entered my house. But they came and did their job and went away long before. A real sensitive person will be aware. Will be aware means you will know exactly what is coming, and you will know when to say yes and when to say no. Unable to say no does not mean sensitivity, that is egoistic. Understand? You may be having other way idea. No, person who is not able to say no is egoistic. It is ego. Only egoistic idiot will not be able to say no when he can't. See, having the clarity, when I can say yes, I'll say. When I can't say yes, I'll say no. This is a clarity. This is sensitivity. You see, the person who is that sensitive will always say yes to the right thing, always will say no to the wrong.
Yes. So Swamiji beautifully tells us sensitivity, being sensitive is not being bulldozed, being easily bulldozed, but being sensitive is being strong, but being aware of everything that is happening. So yes, this was the last segment in our program for today. So thank you everyone for being with us, for staying with us. I know it's quite late. It's been a long night for a lot of you. So thank you very much for sticking with us throughout the entire night. And we hope to do it again tomorrow. So we welcome you for tomorrow's program. Tomorrow's theme is all about Guru. So we request you to also be here for tomorrow. Let us make sure you join early. So make sure you do join in the yoga. So Ananda Gaurarupni, one of your results, your third eye solutions was to detox and do yoga. So make sure you join in for yoga. Make sure you start early with the yoga. And of course, detox, if you have neem juice, if you have haritaki, please take. Join us for tomorrow's program as well. So it is all about Guru.
Yes. So how the advent of Guru and the Guru-disciple relationship, how it builds and how it is important, and how Swamiji himself, who is our Guru, the moment he has entered into our life, how it has transformed us and how it is going to transform. And tomorrow we'll be exploring all of these. So we'll be finishing now with the full mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Sri Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam.
Yes, thank you very much to everyone.
Thank you.
See you again tomorrow.